The story of tools, how they shaped humanity. Imagine living in a world without tools. No hammers, no knives, no fire, no smartphones, nothing except your bare hands to face the wild forces of nature. For most of us, that's almost impossible to picture. Yet for millions of years, tools have been the secret weapon of humankind. They didn't just help us survive, they shaped who we are. But who was the first to make a tool? Who was bold enough to strike a spark or chip a stone into a useful shape? And how did these small inventions push our species onto a path that eventually led to global dominance? From the very beginning, the rise of tool use wasn't just luck, it was extremely unlikely. For millions of years, the chance of our ancestors ever developing tools was tiny. The odds that early humans would have the brain power to use tools was perhaps only 30%. The chance they would learn to share skills from generation to generation was maybe 50%. The world seemed stacked against us. And yet, as the world became harsher and less predictable, the pressure to survive forced change. With an overwhelming need, almost an 80% likelihood, that tools would become essential, something incredible happened. We didn't just adapt, we invented. The birth of human ingenuity. The history of tool use is deeply connected to the growth of our brains. This change didn't happen overnight. It started with our distant ancestors, the Australopithecines, around 3 to 4 million years ago. These early hominins had much smaller brains than we do today, but they were starting to show signs of intelligence. They walked upright, which freed their hands to carry objects. They sometimes used sticks or stones to interact with their environment. They weren't yet true tool makers, but they were laying the foundation for what was to come. The real turning point came about 2.6 million years ago with Homo habilis, whose name means handyman. These early humans had brains about 50% larger than their Australopithecine predecessors. That extra brain power allowed them to make the first true stone tools, simple flakes of stone, now known as Oldowan tools. These sharp flakes were used to butcher animals and crack open bones for nutrient-rich marrow. This was more than just survival, it was a leap in thinking. To make a tool, you have to imagine something that doesn't yet exist, then create it. That means planning ahead and solving problems, skills that shaped our future. The brain and the tool. In Homo habilis, certain parts of the brain, like the prefrontal cortex, became more developed. This area is responsible for working memory, flexible thinking, decision-making, and planning. It's also the center for weighing options and coming up with strategies. In short, it's the part of the brain that makes tool creation possible. This created a feedback loop. More advanced tools required more intelligence, and more intelligence led to even better tools. We still see this today. As our technology improves, our skills and problem-solving abilities grow. In fact, scientists have measured an increase in average IQ over the past century, a trend known as the Flynn effect. Fire, cooperation, and social change. After Homo habilis came Homo erectus about 1.8 million years ago. They made more advanced tools, such as hand axes, and, just as importantly, learned to control fire. Fire was a revolutionary tool on its own, providing warmth, light, safety from predators, and the ability to cook food. These advancements didn't just change how early humans interacted with nature, they also transformed how humans interacted with each other. Tool use required more than individual skill. It required teaching, cooperation, and communication. To pass on tool-making skills, early humans had to work together, organize group hunts, and share resources. These activities helped form stronger bonds and more complex social structures. Communication, through gestures, shared activities, and eventually early language, became essential. The environment shapes the tool. Our ancestors' tools also evolved because the world around them kept changing. Shifting climates forced them to adapt. When lush forests shrank and open grasslands spread, early humans had to hunt larger, faster animals. This meant they needed better weapons. Stone tools evolved from basic flakes to sharper, more advanced designs like hand axes, which could chop wood, dig, butcher animals, or even be used as a weapon. The craftsmanship showed improved planning and skill. As plant life became less available in some areas, meat became a bigger part of the diet. That made scrapers, cleavers, and eventually fire for cooking essential. The environment didn't just influence what tools were made, it also influenced human cooperation. Surviving in changing conditions meant people had to share knowledge, adapt quickly, and help each other. The great tool traditions. Over millions of years, human tools became more varied and more sophisticated. Archaeologists grouped them into major time periods, each with its own style. Oldowan tools, about 2.6 million years ago, the earliest known tools, made by Homo habilis. They were simple flakes chipped from stone cores. These flakes could cut meat or scrape plants, and the leftover cores could be used as hammers. They were basic but revolutionary, opening new food sources to humans. Acheulean tools, about 1.7 million to 200,000 years ago, developed by Homo erectus and later early Homo sapiens. These tools were a big step forward. The most famous Acheulean tool was the hand axe, carefully shaped, symmetrical, and versatile. It could chop wood, dig, butcher animals, or even be used as a weapon. The craftsmanship showed improved planning and skill. Mousterian tools, about 300,000 to 40,000 years ago, associated with both Neanderthals and early modern humans. These tools were smaller and more specialized. Instead of relying on big, heavy axes, people made scrapers, points, and small cutting tools for tasks like preparing hides for clothing. These tools required shared knowledge and careful teaching, showing the importance of social learning. Upper Paleolithic tools, about 50,000 to 10,000 years ago. This was a period of rapid innovation. Humans developed fine blades, bone tools, needles, harpoons, and projectile points. They also learned to make spear throwers and bows and arrows. Materials like bone, antler, and ivory were used alongside stone. Hunting, fishing, and even art flourished during this time. Mesolithic tools, about 10,000 to 6,000 years ago. As the Ice Age ended, humans began settling in one place more often. They created microliths, tiny sharp stone blades that could be combined into larger tools, like arrows or fishing spears. These were perfect for hunting smaller animals and fishing in the new, warmer environments. Neolithic tools, about 10,000 to 4,500 years ago. The agricultural revolution began. People started farming and living in permanent settlements. New tools like sickles, grinding stones, and polished axes became common. Pottery appeared, and animals were domesticated, leading to tools for plowing and farming. Bronze Age, about 4,500 to 1,200 BCE. This marked the end of the Stone Age.
people learned to smelt copper and tin into bronze, making stronger, sharper tools and weapons. Bronze axes, swords, chisels, and hammers transformed farming, construction, and warfare.
The lessons for today. The story of human tools isn't just about stone flakes and bronze swords. It's about creativity, problem solving, and adaptation. It's about how we face challenges, whether that's hunting a mammoth 20,000 years ago or tackling climate change today. Our ancestors invented tools because they had to. They lived in a dangerous, unpredictable world. We also live in a changing world, but our challenges are different. Now, our tools might be computers, satellites, artificial intelligence, or biotechnology. Just as early humans shaped stones to hunt and survive, we shape digital code to solve modern problems. Just as they learned to cooperate in hunting parties, we must work together as a global community. The future of tools. Looking ahead, the tools of the future could be beyond anything our ancestors could imagine. Artificial intelligence could help solve problems faster than any human brain can. Nanotechnology could create machines so small they can repair the human body from the inside. Renewable energy tools could reshape our relationship with the planet, helping us survive without destroying our environment. The pattern will remain the same. Necessity drives invention. Just like in the past, the greatest leaps will come from moments when we are under pressure to adapt. A continuous journey. From the first chipped stone to the latest quantum computer, our tools have been an extension of ourselves. They have allowed us to overcome limitations, explore new worlds, and imagine new possibilities. The story of tools is the story of us. Every spark struck from a stone, every bronze blade, every printed circuit board, all of them are chapters in a single, ongoing tale. Our ancestors didn't stop at survival. They aimed higher, and because they did, we are here, holding tools they could never have dreamed of, and dreaming of tools that future humans will hold. The journey is far from over. As long as there are challenges, there will be new tools. And as long as there are new tools, humanity's story will keep moving forward.